This is Russell Scott. Today I want to talk more about Pitcairn Island. If you haven't heard it yet, you may want to check out my video, Don't Go to Pitcairn. Corrupt island, run by pedophiles, earning millions, repopulation scam, exposed. A lot of people have sent me messages, have talked to me personally about it. It got a lot of interest. And people who have watched the video have researched Pitcairn, and they're all pretty disgusted with what they found. Pitcairn was the source of a huge news story about 15 years ago in the UK, but since then it's, pretty much died off. And it's a very interesting, fucked up place. This is an island in the middle of the South Pacific where the people who live there pay no taxes, have sex with little children, they rip off travelers, they charge $500 to apply to live there, and they accept no one. All of this was detailed in the first video. And it's incontrovertible. That's a big word, eh? Incontrovertible that pedophilia exists there. It does. The people of Pitcairn have proven themselves time and time again. In 2004, the UK government arrested and imprisoned several of the men living on Pitcairn, including the mayor of Pitcairn. Understand, this isn't an island of 1,000 or 10,000 or 20,000 people. This is an 18-square-mile island with less than 50 people living on it. Everybody on that island knows what's going on. So in 2004, Steve Christian, that's right, Christian, the descendant of Fletcher Christian. I bet Fletcher Christian sure would be proud. Yeah, he'd be real proud of Steve. Steve became the mayor, the dentist, and the engineer of Pitcairn. And believe it or not, that position of mayor on Pitcairn means you get your pick. You get to pick the girls that you like. It turns out that Steve Christian liked the 12-year-old girls. A lot of the other men did too. But if you wanted to get the girls before they were busted, they had to go quite a bit younger than 12, just to be sure. So many of the 9, 10, 11-year-old girls, the ones that Steve Christian wasn't quite yet interested in, would be victims for the people who weren't mayor. If you're the mayor of Pitcairn, you get your pick. Remember, you're like a king. A mayor may not sound like a big title, but when you are the head of government on an island of 50 people, you are a king. And the king does whatever the hell he wants. So Steve Christian then left the post of mayor, went to jail, served some pathetic, phony baloney time for it. Basically they say, listen, these are islanders, they don't know any better. Yeah, he's a dentist. Sure, he traveled. Sure, he met Prince Charles. That's right, Steve Christian, he knew Prince Charles because he was in this very interesting place, Pitcairn, the home of the descendants of the HMS Bounty. It's a huge part of British history. So guys like Prince Charles would, fly Steve Christian and his family up to England. They'd meet them, sit down with them, and I'm sure that they shared a bit of that Pitcairn honey. As I said in the last video, the bees of Pitcairn are disease-free. The honey of Pitcairn is the cleanest and best on earth. It's even better than the Manuka honey of New Zealand. Pitcairn honey is the caviar of all honeys. Very rare. When was the last time you saw Pitcairn honey on the shelf? But you know what? It's the only honey eaten by the royal family. Or the Rothschilds. The aristocracy, the elites, who are also very much tied in with pedophilia. Oh, let's eat the honey from the bees of Pitcairn. I hear the pedophilia is absolutely rife there. You never know. Anyway, this uneducated Steve Christian guy would have known, especially after he had been to Britain and been traveling and whatnot, that having sex with children was not what you do. But we didn't know any better. Don't punish me. We didn't know. Steve Christian and his disgusting wife laugh it off. In fact, I even got a little clip for you. So this is the ex-mayor of Pitcairn. This is what his wife has to say about it, okay?
There's nothing to hide. What's to hide?
Well, in Britain, underage sex is against the law.
Oh, well, we didn't know that really, you know. We grew up on an island. We didn't grow up in the city.
Yeah. And here are some of the words of Steve Christian himself. I'll play that for you.
What were they asking you?
About, it was just whether you'd touched or whether you'd made suggestions or maybe, you know, it was this sort of stuff. And I just couldn't believe I was shaking. And on the interview, I know the guy was getting pissed off because he would say, Mr. Christian is laughing. Do you think it's funny? I said, I think it is funny. I said, I think it's bloody ridiculous.
He doesn't think it's ridiculous because he's innocent. He thinks it's ridiculous as he flashes a very smug, shit-eating grin. He thinks it's ridiculous because having sex with children is totally normal. In 2016, the UK made it law that any of its government staff going to Pitcairn, because, you know, this is an extremely interesting place. Its ecology is totally unique. So government workers do go there, scientists go there, and to the surrounding islands. But if you go there, by law, UK, 2016, children? No, they are not allowed. You are not allowed to go to Pitcairn. You're too young. Do you know of anywhere on Earth where you are not allowed to take your children because the chances of them being raped are so high that it would be negligent for you to go there? This is crazy. Pitcairn is such a place. You'd think children wouldn't even be allowed on Pitcairn anymore. But I am sorry to tell you, there are children there. Now, before I play you this clip, I want to tell you one more thing. When Steve Christian had to go to jail, and of course was no longer the mayor, Mike Warren then took over. This is an island in the middle of the South Pacific. How fast do you think their internet there is? I'll answer it for you. It's extremely slow. It's not like they're streaming Netflix in high definition, 4K. It's not happening. It's like what the internet was here 15, 20 years ago. It's slow as fuck. But Mike Warren, who became the mayor, well, I guess he got some special privileges, being the king of that island. Because in 2012, he was busted with thousands of images of child pornography on his computer. And not just images, but videos. The mayor was able to get the speed. He was able to download the porn he wanted. And the only porn that can satiate a man on Pitcairn is the good stuff. Oh, yeah. What they call the good stuff. Anyway, I promised a clip. With a little girl that I would say is probably, maybe 10 years old at the most. Single mother on Pitcairn with this 10-year-old girl. Island of a population less than 50. Rife with pedophilia. 10-year-old girl on this island with a single mom. What is she doing there? Well, she isn't learning fuck all, that's for sure. Listen to the clip.
So what's it like as a mother on Pitcairn?
I think it's wonderful for the kids because they get so many opportunities that the kids outside don't have.
Yeah, they get so many opportunities. Yeah, opportunities. You got to go visit the mayor at Sunday. Opportunities. What opportunities are they getting on Pitcairn Island?
You can go out and play until it's dark and then mum calls you in and you have dinner and then you can go outside and play. It's a lot of freedom for the kids.
That's a wonderful life for the kids growing up.
She doesn't quite grasp the concept of outside.
Okay, did you hear that? She doesn't quite grasp the concept of outside.
you ask her a question about New Zealand, what would you like to see there? She just wouldn't get the amount of cars and the amount of people or how big the city is.
Emily, how do you view a city?
What do you think a city's got?
Lots and lots of people.
How many?
I believe 200.
Do you know the capital city of England? Capital city is London. And the whole big city. Guess how many people are in the whole city? How many are in London?
100?
Nope.
200?
I think it's 11 million.
That's a lot of people.
That'll be crowded.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be.
How many people in the entire city of London is the question to this 10-year-old girl. 100? 200?
So there's a big world out there to see. Would you like to go and explore it? I really hope you do.
And the guy kind of creeps on her a little bit. I wonder what secret games the islanders of Pitcairn play with the little girls. That visit to the mayor's house. That's Pitcairn. So when I say don't go to Pitcairn, don't go to Pitcairn. Yeah, no shit. Well, we got to get these kids out of there. Kid with a totally warped sense of what's going on. Oatmeal for brains. Let's not beat around the bush. What's the mother doing with the kid on this abandoned island? It sounds to me like she moved there and brought the kid there. Is this how she earns her money? Pitcairn. It's a fucked up place. There's a great documentary, by the way. I mentioned it on the last Pitcairn show. Take Me to Pitcairn. And it's directed by Jules McDonnell. Jules McDonnell has agreed to be on this program. He was on the island. If you watch the documentary, he gets to the island, he does the touristy stuff, which I can assure you takes about 2 hours. Again, 18 square miles. It's just a small place, right? And then he's like, I kind of want to go now. It's pretty obvious, he's being quite polite in the movie, that the people there are not for him. You know, Jules went there to check out the history and the whole Mutiny on the Bounty thing. But the people are so fucked up. And he's going to talk about them. If you watch those Pitcairn videos, and there's only 20 or so of them, you'll recognize all the different people on Pitcairn. There's only 50 people. You notice these are the same people. That's the same person from this video, and that's Miranda. So we're going to talk about them. The days of them hiding on Pitcairn Island in anonymity on this paradise for pedophiles, the Tahiti treat. We're going to expose these people. They stole my money. They stole $500 from Russell Scott. So I got pissed off. Now they're fucked. When tourists or anybody interested in Pitcairn Island goes to YouTube to check out some video on Pitcairn, the first thing they're going to see is don't go to Pitcairn. You shouldn't have stole my money because now you're fucked. Who's going to pay you the $500 now? As soon as they see that video, they ain't going to pay. Who the hell is going to want to visit there after seeing that video? They ain't going to want to go. Siege 101, guys. Cut off the supply. I could do 1,000 videos on Pitcairn. Russell Scott has something you guys don't. That's web presence. Joe Schmo does a YouTube video, it gets buried. Russell Scott does a video, it goes to the top of the search rankings. And when we bring in the child care workers from Britain to monitor the situation and see what's going on and talk to the children, that a 10-year-old kid, that's grade 5, okay? Are you smarter than a 5th grader? You know how much you should know by this age? 200 people in London, you know how warped that is? This kid probably has a grade 2 education. She needs to leave the island. It's not sweet, it's not cute, and her mother is either woefully ignorant or worse. You know, if you're a government worker, you can't even take your kids to this island. And they've got kids living there. And even if the kids don't get raped because you're watching the children, it's not like 10 of them run out and grab the kids and pull them into the woods. But you don't take your kid to an island where 3/4 of the men there are active pedophiles. You don't move your family to an island of pedophiles where the government there are pedophiles, where the kings of the island download as many images and videos as they need. How he was able to find it, God only knows. Maybe his royal friends tipped him off. Pitcairn. It's the Nigerian scam of the South Pacific. Jules McDonnell will be on the next show. Again, Jules McDonnell, the director and star. We're going to talk about his impression of the Islanders. What he saw. What he didn't see. Why he had had enough of the island after only a few short hours. Are you in this fight with me? Are you nodding your head? Is it yes? Is the answer yes? Do you care about the children of Pitcairn? Is the answer yes? Do you want to help? I want your comments on all of the Pitcairn videos on YouTube. After you've listened to this video, I want you to find 1 or 2 or even 3 or more and comment on that video. YouTube, don't go to Pitcairn. We are going to make certain that anyone who wants to travel to Pitcairn, who's considered relocating there, anyone with any interest in Pitcairn whatsoever, will learn the truth. The jig is up. The world caught up to you, Pitcairn. Your secret is out. And you can't hide. You're living in the fishbowl. You're not free. You're in the middle of the South Pacific. The tourists aren't going to go to your island now. It's too weird. And by the way, I don't think they're getting any more money from the UK. The UK already sent them 10 million over the past 10 years. The European Union, 5 million euros. And the island has nothing to show for it. And that is another part of the story. The money that's been pumped into the island and the people who don't actually live on Pitcairn, but are citizens of Pitcairn. They live offshore. You know, they'll go back and they'll visit for the required amount of time to maintain their status as a Pitcairner. Meanwhile, Pitcairn's a tax shelter. Millions of dollars have been pumped into that island. It's 18 square miles. The evidence of that money would be obvious. Nothing has been done there. Nothing. The trailer park trash of the sea you see living there, they all got a little payoff. What they thought was a lot of money. So they would have gotten 5, maybe 10,000. While the mayor, those who control the money, the council, they took the money. And they took it offshore. It ain't on that island. Pitcairn is pure evil. It is not paradise. For these children, it's a prison. It's a prison, and these innocent kids are in the worst part of that jail. They're in the basement, where the most unspeakable things happen. We need to save these kids. I want you to comment on all the other videos you see on Pitcairn. That's how you're going to help me. You don't even have to plug my show. Just type in what you've learned. So those who go to those videos don't somehow miss this information and go there. Make travel plans. Put down deposits. Send that $500 to relocate there in high hopes that they'll get chosen. Don't go to Pitcairn. Hurts them. Of course it does. This island does not work. Whatever the experiment was of them living there and having autonomy on this island, it doesn't work. Clearly. That whole place needs to be stripped down, and whether or not people should even be living there, that's another question. It's one of the few places on Earth where the reefs and everything is really healthy. So, for you to help. I'm asking for your help. YouTube Pitcairn Islands. You'll see all these videos that come up. Take Me to Pitcairn, The People of Pitcairn Speak, Redfern Natural History Productions, Life on Pitcairn video. Just comment. Don't go to Pitcairn. YouTube The Russell Scott Show. Comment. The island is run by pedophile criminals. Whatever it takes to discredit this place. It cannot be disguised and marketed to anyone as some beautiful remote island in the South Pacific where everything is hunky-dory. It's irresponsible. Oh, but our video didn't want to focus on that part of it. We just wanted to talk about the nature and how great Pitcairn... If you're ignoring it, you're aiding and abetting in a crime. They aren't journalists. I'm a journalist. I don't look for conclusions. I find them. And in Pitcairn, we found a doozy. So now you've got some work to do. Won't take you long. Just go to a couple of the Pitcairn videos and say, YouTube, don't go to Pitcairn. We're going to crush the criminals of Pitcairn. Like, comment, subscribe.